I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I'm kind of a nerd. I've got an email here from a viewer, and you guessed it, he thinks he's kind of a nerd. He says, hey Coach Corey, I've been studying attraction and dating for a while, having been the classic nice guy for pretty much all of my life. And I really agree that the biggest problem with today's men is confidence. Anyways, I had 3 questions really fast. First, what do you do with the woman who's already formed an opinion of you? And how do you break that down? I would say the reason you're probably asking me is, hey Corey, now I found out all this great stuff that you're teaching. Now how can I go back and try to work your techniques on all the girls I screwed up with? It's better just to start over with somebody that doesn't know you and doesn't know what you did wrong in the past or that you looked weak in front of. I get emails sometimes from guys that are like sending Facebook emails to chicks they haven't talked to from high school in years, ask them, hey, let's meet up for a drink, and he wonders why they're all flaky and they blow him off, and he's frustrated. So don't fuck with chicks that have an opinion of you already. Just suck it up. You screwed up. Move on with your life. But if you happen to run into one of them and you're interacting with her, the best thing to do in those cases, give out your phone number instead. Just say, hey, if you go into that thing, like say there's like it's St. Patty's Day and there's this cool thing down on one of the main drags, or like in your city center, it's gonna be all blocked up, and so they're gonna be selling green beer and prizes and games and all kinds of shit like that. And she's like, hey, I'm gonna be going down there. I was like, hey, if you go down there and the thing looks really cool, shoot me a text, and if I'm free, maybe I'll meet up with you guys. And you just say it like that in like a friendly type of thing. If she likes you and she really wants to hang out with you, she'll pull out her phone and go, hey, what's your number? And if she doesn't, she'll go, yeah, I'll give you a text, and she'll never ask for your number. That's an easy way to handle those. But I wouldn't go trying to pursue those girls. Let's start fresh, dude. He says, secondly, how do you adjust? I keep reading about these tips, but I keep slipping back into old habits as soon as I talk to a girl. Repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. You have to do it enough, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And so if you see yourself slipping back in your own habits, that's why you got to practice. You got to practice with enough women and catch yourself doing that, so you take the appropriate corrective action, as opposed to just keep going the way you're going and then just fuck it up unnecessarily. He says, how do I stop and use what I've learned? You've got to get out there and apply it. Because some guys will read this stuff and they'll go, oh my God, I got to go talk to girls. I have to go to the mall. I have to look people in the eye. I got to make eye contact. That's really fucking scary. And so they bullshit themselves, and they try to come up with all kinds of excuses to put off talking to or interacting with women or practicing. Oh, I got to get a buddy to go down to the mall with me. It's like, no, you don't. It's best if you go down there by yourself, because then you don't have to feel insecure and worry about your buddy cock-blocking you or saying something stupid and screwing up your chances because he hasn't taken the time to read a book like mine or do as much learning as you have. He says, lastly, I'm kind of a nerd. I like nerdy things. Do I have to stop being a nerd to have an active dating life? Absolutely fucking not. What you're basically asking me is, Corey, do I have to change who I am? The problem with changing who you are is that when you interact with women, you act inauthentic. The interaction becomes weird, and it becomes uncomfortable. And they don't know what it is. They can't put their finger on it, but the bottom line is they know that talking to you and interacting with you, it feels unnatural. And when you feel uncomfortable and unnatural when you're trying to be something you're not, it causes women to back up and go, there's something creepy or weird about this guy, and they want to get away from you. But if you're nerdy and you like Star Trek, or you're into sci-fi, or you're into gadgets or computers, or you write computer code, or you're a hacker. I'm not talking about a hacker that hacks into like defense system. A hacker is just the name that we give to people who write computer code, basically. He says, I want to date other nerds, but I also want to date people who might not consider themselves such. Well, I did an article a while back, and it's also in my book, called How to Attract the Perfect Woman. And you got to get clear about what it is that you want, as opposed to just, because like what you're now is just, I'll just take anybody that likes me. I don't have to only date nerds. But there's a lot of successful, beautiful, nerdy women that work in Silicon Valley. Like I think, who was her name? Marissa Mayer, who took over. She came from Google. She's running Yahoo now. She's a mom. I think she's fucking sexy as hell. She's happily married. She just had her first kid, and she's running one of the biggest technology companies in the world. And she's nerdy. She's got kind of a raspy voice. She's got a little tomboyish energy to her. But I still think she's sexy as hell. Sheryl Sandberg, who is the COO of Facebook. She's a happily married mother of several children. I think her husband's also in the technology industry, and I think she makes being a computer nerd, a computer geek, whatever you want to call it, a programmer. I think she's pretty fucking hot. I think she's sexy, and what makes her sexy is she's content, she's happy, she's a fulfilled mother. She obviously loves her husband very much, and she's happy, and she loves what she does, and she has a fucking passion for it. She's an alpha female, meaning she goes after the things that she wants in life, and she's not afraid to be a leader, and she's not afraid to be who she is. And that's what I like about a lot of these technology companies like Google and Facebook. You can show up in shorts, jeans, t-shirts, dress however the fuck you want, come and go as you please, work when you want to work. Just get the things done that you're supposed to get done. That's all they ask for. I love the fact they got ping pong tables and they have food and they just have all kinds of cool perks that are not like the normal companies that are out there. And so if you're kind of a nerd and you want to date other nerds, go do the things that you like to do. I don't want you to... What you actually need to do is you need to embrace who you are. You must be who you are, and what you should be is not important. So whatever the nerdy things are, if you're into like comic book conventions, go fucking hang out at those things, because you'll meet hot chicks that are into that shit, that are into you. Like attracts like. So you actually need to go out and do more of the kind of things that you love doing. Go hang, if you're into art, if you're into museums, if you're into technology, go to technology conferences. If you're like I said, if you're into comic books or science fiction, go to science fiction fairs. Join science fiction clubs or whatever it is that you're into. Go hang out with the kind of people who are doing the kind of things that you were interested in and that you're fascinated in. Because you never know, one of your buddies that you love hanging out with, he may have a hot fucking sister that all of a sudden you run into one night when you're hanging out having beers and you're just sitting there shooting the shit. He introduced you. It's so easy to meet people that way. So go hang out with people that are into the kind of things that you're into. I also encourage you to join like an online dating site like Match.com, which I think is the best one that I've seen as far as they have the numbers, and you can really meet a lot of women and practice with a lot of women with online dating that way. I wrote an article called The Ultimate Online Dating Profile. So if you Google Corey Wayne, The Ultimate Online Dating Profile, that will come up. And so follow that. Use that as a guideline to create your profile. But like I said, one of the things that's really important is you got to figure out what it is that you're looking for first. Does she have long hair? Does she have short hair? What's her body style like? What's her skin like? What's her eye color, hair color? Is it wavy? Is it curly? Is it a fro? I mean, what is it? What do you like? What blows your skirt up? What do you want in a woman? What are her interests? What are her hobbies? Write all those things down. Again, if you Google how to attract the perfect woman, that particular article, and just follow what it says, or use the example, because I did the same thing in my book. Follow that. That'll help you get clear what you want, and it'll be amazing. As soon as you finish that exercise, you go to the mall, you'll notice, or just anywhere in public, you'll notice that it seems like women that are physically exactly what you're looking for, it seems like they're everywhere. Like, you're like, where are all these girls? It's because you've now trained your brain and you told it what to look for. And now your brain knows what to look for, that's what it's going to naturally find. So when you're sitting there doodling at the food court in a mall or something, or eating lunch, you're gonna see somebody walk by where normally you wouldn't pay attention. You'll be compelled to look over in that direction, and boom, there'll be a hot girl walking by or sitting down at the table next to you. And you just say, and she locks eyes with you. You just say, "Wow, you take my breath away. You're absolutely amazing. What's your name?" "My name's Denise." "Well, hey, it's nice to meet you, Denise." And you don't volunteer yours. And if she likes you, she'll go, "Well, what's your name?" But if she doesn't, she'll go, "Hey, it's nice to meet you too." And you say, "Hey, well, enjoy your lunch. I just love your smile. You're gorgeous." Then you go about your dinner, or go about your lunch, whatever it happens to be. But if she's like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you. What's your name?" "Hey, my name is Bob. It's nice to meet you." "Well, what do you do?" "Well, I'm into this." I'm like, "Oh, no shit. I'm into that too. Oh, my God." And then you start talking to her, and like, you'll feel like you've known her forever. You've got to get prepared, my man. So read my book, apply what it teaches, go hang out with people that are doing the kind of things that you're into. And you'll naturally meet other people that are into the same kinds of things you're into. You'll meet other guys that are into those kinds of things. And some of those guys are going to have good-looking sisters. Again, like attracts like. And he's a nerd, and he probably comes from a family of nerds, and there's a good chance that his sister is a little nerdy too. And like I said, you start talking to her, like, boom, that's how it happens, man. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several weeks to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session, and you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for whatever electronic device you want to read my book on. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, or my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the Would Be a toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.